we like anime. Let's talk about our common situation. Everything else that have nothing to do with what we talking about need to stay right there. Now, who eating?
I'm sorry, man. Nah, I try to put something up. Sorry about that.
My stomach's on the ground too. I had it. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, no, I didn't think you ought to hear that. I'm sorry.
You went really? Passing energy with your host Pre. When this milk starts yapping, that's it. And that's it. Prepare to be enlightened and entertained. And that's it. Hey guys, Priest here with another Nerding Wednesday podcast with co-host Sky.
Hello.
We have a special guest with us today that some of you might know as Sun God from his TikTok handle or Jah.
Hello, how y'all doing? How is everybody?
Guys, I think y'all might know he's rising up there.
Thank you. I appreciate you so much.
So they could be like, yeah, Priest, you only have 2 minutes for me now. when you get too high for me. All right. So Jah is a TikTok content creator. You specialize in creating like anime theme, mostly around the One Piece genre. Well, we could talk about more in depth later, but I'm just giving everyone like a gist of everything. So anyway, Jah, can you give us a little briefing of who are you and what do you do? Wait. Stop what y'all doing. I need y'all to subscribe if y'all haven't already. Please leave a like and a comment and share the podcast with your friends. Thank you in advance. Peace.
Wow, thank you so much. Okay, so I'll start with my name. My birth name is Soja. It translates to the Son of God or the Light of God. My mother has always taught me that your name is your life's purpose. Like that's what you're here to do. So when I understood that, I understood that I'm here to be the sun that and embody God's love and light energy. So I've dedicated my life to doing that. I got 2 sun tattoos on each of my hand when I was 18. So every time I meet someone new and I introduce myself to them and shake their hand, the first thing they'll see is my purpose, to be the sun. And everything I do is pretty much around that principle. I believe that the only way to see a change in the world is to embody that change. So I want to do that by being the light and spreading that light to people through the content I create. The reason I started making TikTok videos actually is because I'm a musician first and foremost. Most people before this knew me as Jah Makes Music, and that's what I still intend to do with the majority of my time. But I thought a really, really beautiful way to promote my music, give people a sense of my personality and who I am, would be to make Jah Makes Nerdies and make anime videos, because anime is probably the biggest aspect of who I am outside of music and content creation, and it is the best way to get to know me. So I thought it would be really cool to make a TikTok around that, and it has been really successful so far. I'm really grateful to God for everything that has happened from that decision. I've been at it since December of last year, and it's just been going up, man. I'm just grateful.
That's good. Wow. Just for Jah, and I know it's his audience who might come on board, when he let everyone know he's on the podcast.
Yes, sir. I will be letting them know too. I promise you.
All right, let me give you a brief background of myself on Nerding Wednesday. So my name is Priest. I'm from the Bahamas, born and raised. I'm a baby.
242.
242.
Love.
Yeah. Nerding Wednesdays are like a sub-segment of what I do in the podcasting. Nerding Wednesday focus more on like gaming and anime and entertainment, and then passing energy. The main thing is really about like social issues and everything. I have a whole different account on that. So it's like a split. I came across, I want to give a brief on how I stumbled on Jah. Now I think I duetted one.
Let me hold that real quick, brother, man.
One of your videos, and I said, oh yeah, this dude sounds interesting and everything, yada. I duet your video, and I think you followed me at that point. I'm not sure. I'm not really 100% sure. And then it gets went from there. Where are you actually from? Actually, I know you're in the States.
Yes. Okay. So I was born and partially raised in Hackensack, New Jersey. So I'm originally from the East Coast. I spent a lot of my life living in Baltimore, Maryland, though. So I claim both as my city, as my hood, because while I was born in Jersey, I've essentially every school I've went to, my whole family, I've been in Baltimore since I was like 5 or 6 years old. So Baltimore is my home. I just recently moved from there to Arkansas. So I went from the East Coast to the Midwest, and then from Arkansas, me and my girl ended up moving to Arizona. So we're on the West Coast of the United States right now, and it's my favorite place I've ever been, I've ever lived in my life. I love it here. In comparison to living in Baltimore, I love the environment here more. And I would only say that because the sun is always out. It's hot as fuck, like every day. It's like 105 degrees right now. but it's cool. I love it here.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, from an island, so it always hot here.
Facts.
It's tropical, so it can go both ways. Sometimes it's cool, sometimes it's hot, tropical environment. Have you ever been to the Bahamas, or you know about the Bahamas?
I've never been to the Bahamas myself. I definitely have family out there. My father is actually West African, so I have been outside of the U.S., but it was actually to go to Conakry in Guinea in West Africa. And that's most of my experience. Just other continents and other places in the world. I think, in my personal opinion, the most beautiful place I've ever been has to be either Casablanca or Conakry. I've never been anywhere more beautiful than Africa. I want to see more places in the world. I've also been to Brussels, which is in this place by Germany. I've been to a couple of different places, but I want to actually see the world. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's my main goal. I want to go around everywhere. Regardless of that, I'm probably gonna end up settling down if I have the decision to settle down where I want to in Africa, in Conakry.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's where I would raise my kids.
Oh, wow. Back to the motherland.
You feel me? Yeah, you gotta bring it back. Yeah, I genuinely believe that's the purpose of the diaspora. I believe that we were supposed to, intermingle and gain an understanding of other continents and other cultures and other people, so we could bring that back to the motherland, so we could cultivate oneness into us. I believe that God is oneness. I believe that God is just consciousness, and we are all conscious. We are all aware of ourselves, So I think that the intention of life, the goal, the evolution is just to return ourselves to oneness. And I believe the best way for us to do that at the current position we are in the human climate, and all the crazy shit that goes on with humanity politically and socially and all that shit, the best thing we can do is love each other and invite people in. I think that is the best solution. I think that is the way to cultivate an actual utopic society where everybody is chilling and there's just love. So I want to go back to the motherland and break bread and teach people that it's not what everyone fucking thinks it is, because growing up, I would just hear that people thought Africa was a jungle, and we're all
they still think that. That's the funny thing. They still think that.
Yeah,
you should know, not to cut you off, but you'd be surprised what they think about the Bahamas. They think we live in huts.
Facts.
Like people in the States, like Americans, and I have family in America, and a lot of Americans, the ignorant ones, really believe that us Bahamians, we live in huts and we go in canoes to get our food and all kind of nonsense. I'm trying to figure.
Oh man, you live in the Bahamas and you're watching video games? Why aren't you out there with a fishing pole and a canoe trying to get food for the day? That's what I want to know.
In a bad
I make no bit of sense. And the fact that you never asked me once, could you repeat that? What is he saying? What language is he saying? I know I have a thick accent. They always believe that Bahamians, we all Caribbean people, we all sound like, which I do believe we have similar accents, because everyone mistakes us as Jamaicans.
Right.
But I understand the Caribbean has similar accents. But it's kind of frustrating, when people always intentionally act ignorant towards anyone outside of the US. And my TikTok, I have a huge American following. And then you have a little trolls here and there who come in like, what language is he speaking? You know, it's so insane to me. It's not so shocking that they still believe Africa is so behind, because the islands that's literally a skip away from Florida, they believe is in huts.
Right. I feel you, and I'm really grateful that you mentioned that, because yeah, dealing with other humans' ignorance and just the stupidity that is integrated into people, that is taught in schools and institutions, the things that I've witnessed growing up in the American formal education system is just fucking insane. Because I've had an experience, I believe I was in the 10th grade when this happened, where I had a white American history teacher literally tell this entire class of children a false truth, which was that the Black Panthers did the same thing to white people that the KKK did to black people. My mother is a sociologist. I grew up, having all of her teachings, everything about, Huey Newton and the Black Panthers drilled into me, and I knew inherently that was not true. And the Black Panthers were formed in order to protect our communities in response to police brutality, and it had nothing to do with harassing white people for being white. So I had to just get up and leave. I was like, "Yo, can I go?" Because there's so many stupid people teaching people stupid shit that isn't true, and now you have a whole generation of children that are falsely impressioned with hatred, with a predisposed bigotry because of things that aren't even reality, and that makes me so mad. That makes me a different type of angry. So I think the only way for us to combat shit like that, like fake news, the only way to do anything about that is to make content and actively put yourself in a platform to educate. I thought the best way to do that and do it in a way where people will actually give me a chance and listen was throw up a picture of Goku and Luffy, because everybody knows who they are. You feel me?
That is so sad, but so true.
You know what I'm saying? And they're not gonna listen because people get, especially non-oppressed people, or people who don't who cannot comprehend what it feels like to be marginalized or oppressed because of something you can't control. They get really uncomfortable. So every time you mention it, the first thing that they want to do is deny. Like I've heard a lot of racist white people make up this crazy ass false term called white guilt, where if you literally tell them the truth about actual history, about ways that black people have been oppressed institutionally and systemically, they'll be like, you're trying to guilt me for being white. You're using white guilt to make me feel bad for having privilege, as if that is somehow actual coherent response to the reality that black people have been institutionally oppressed. There's no way to get around that. And they'll do anything and everything to try to fucking hop and hula hoop over that point without addressing that fact. And I feel like we have to address it. It's an inevitability, because if we don't, we can never move forward as a people. We can never get better. We can never improve our communities if we do not address and correct the root problem, which is systemic and institutionalized racism. The entirety of this country is around us not being successful. The premise of it.
Exactly. And the crazy thing about it is the fact that it is hard, because even as when I'm talking about anything that is somewhat of substance on TikTok, it don't go nowhere. Like people they don't pay no dust it. But if you talk about something like you said, something that they know about, like Goku or whatever, they'll eat it up. They'll eat up jokes, they'll eat up anything. You'll get more engagement. Like if I try to experiment, okay, hey, I'm gonna talk about something like I said with substance or a personal project, crickets. But if you do something that they know is gonna have a fun moment, they are gonna eat it up like crazy. But hey, that's another conversation for another time. So I want to know, is it easy to create content?
For me, yes. It feels second nature to me, because in my personal perspective of life, the only time I genuinely feel as myself mostly is when I'm making something. I feel like every human inherently at our base level is a creative, regardless of how you are supposed to create. I believe that God is a creative consciousness, and because the piece of God that we all have is consciousness, that means we are all creative. So that's all I do. If I'm not making a video, I'm editing a video. If I'm not editing a video, I'm thinking about what's the next video I'm gonna record. If I'm not making video content, I'm singing, I'm making songs. If I'm not making songs, I'm working on a comic book. I always got to be creating something to be happy. That's what heaven is.
Hey, Sky, aka the opposite of me.
I just think that's interesting. That's an interesting thought. I didn't think about it that way.
Yes, that is what you call a serious work ethic. Something I'm writing down right now.
Thank you so much. That makes me
Because
happy.
when I'm done with the videos, I'm sleeping.
Facts. That's all I do, bro.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. So, how do you keep people engaged with your videos? Like, I keep people coming wanting more from you, and not be like, okay, next content creator.
Okay, so for me, starting off, like I said, I've been uploading. Besides the times I've been fucking banned and stuff, where I couldn't post for like a week or 2 weeks, I've been uploading daily, at least 3 to 5 times a day every month since December 2021.
Ooh.
So following that schedule, the thing I noticed that improved my growth, where I saw the growth skyrocket the most, was by intentionally trying to start trends. Around the time, spoiler alert for anyone who is interested in One Piece or wants to catch up with One Piece, but in order to tell you how I blew up on TikTok, I have to spoil this.
Yeah, you was on the spoil it for me. Thank you, but go ahead.
Okay, please skip if you're interested. But in chapter 1044 of One Piece, we find out that Luffy is actually the sun god of his universe, which is a really crazy, trippy experience for me, because I've been reading and following One Piece literally my entire life, and it was a random thing because prior to this, Luffy just a rubber boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can just stretch. But when that was revealed, I took it and I ran with it.
That's the epiphany right there. There's a sign.
It was a sign from God. It literally, that was exactly how I took it. I cried when I read it because it made no sense whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? But I took that, and then I came up with the TikTok trend Sun God Luffy solos, and I just would take a picture of him in his new transformation, and I would be like, Sun God Luffy solos, your favorite universe, including Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, any crazy shit you could think, I would say that would piss somebody off and get them mad. Those videos would get literally 400,000 views, 500,000 views after a day or two, just because all these different fandoms were getting upset that I said that Luffy could beat their universe. And prior to him becoming the sun god, it was a popular thing in the power scaling anime community to say that he's like island level, that Luffy's he's an island buster, like at most.
So you say you benefited off of trolling for a bit.
Exactly, yeah. I just trolled. Exactly. I trolled, and it just became a thing. Like, now on random people who I have nothing to do with, it'd be like hundreds of little kids just going to people's comment section, SGLS, Bozo Ratio, Sun God Luffy solos. And I didn't even mean to do that. It was just it just naturally progressed into that because I saw something and I was like, okay, I understand what I'm supposed to do with that. And that's the best way I could really describe that. I think it just comes down to divine intervention and prayer. I would suggest that every content creator, if you want to encapsulate your audience, all you have to do is be yourself on camera and pray. And I think that those two things will allot you the people who are intended for you in your niche. Because you don't want to get eyes from you don't want to just get eyes. You don't want to just get like 1 million views, 2 million views, and then have those people, have you fade off in obscurity and they never watch content from you again. You want to build an actual following and a fan base, even if it's tiny in the beginning. Because most of the people are going to go a long way.
Right. See, the thing is now about me, sorry, I'm a low-key narcissist. So the thing about me is the fact that when, like you said, build your fan base up in there, I just get tired fast. I just get tired really fast. And when you have people engaging in your video, commenting, want my opinion about different stuff, I'll just be like, I'd be so overwhelmed. But I'm like, Priest, this is what you want to do. But define the energy. And when you just said earlier how your work schedule, how your mindset is when it comes to creating content, I envy that. Because I'm like, dang, me and Sky been talking about this, and Sky give me advice on how to do things. And I'm like, just even writing the captions get tired. And find the right hashtags that works for your video, it's really hard. And then you have people who want to dictate what content you produce because they come from a particular thing, and I'm trying my best not to be put in a box because that's not what I want to do. When you first started TikTok, you did not automatically follow the trend of saying, okay, let me create this persona with Luffy and everything. What were you doing before that? Like, were you creating just random content or content about music? Like, what were you doing before you found your niche?
Okay, so essentially, okay, I was making videos, but I don't really consider them to be like actual. I didn't consider them to be actual content. Looking back, I really respect the format and what it is, and now even to this day, like every time I do a video under this series, they're still some of my most popular. But I did ending the video when they miss. I would take the duet concept where someone would end the video like that guy. I got it from that guy who would fucking end the cooking video when he was too lazy to keep making it. Have you ever seen those?
No, but
bro, it was this funny ass trend to this dude. I don't remember his name, but it was this really funny dude, and he would always watch a cooking video and caption it, ending the video when I would be too lazy to make it. And then the nigga would sit there, and then two steps into the cooking video, he would end the video right when the dude would open the bag to get the chicken out or something. He would end it, and I'd be like, "Damn, lazy." I'd be like, "God damn!" But then I saw him do that, and I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna end the video when they miss." And I would react to the anime channels that would put up two different characters going up against each other in strength, speed, durability, and I would just end the video when I didn't agree with them. And so many little kids got mad over that. And I literally made like 200 videos. It was for months. I didn't make any other content. I would just react. I would find a video on my phone while scrolling. I would click duet, and then I would end it when I didn't agree, and then post those. And I got like 7,000 followers off of that.
Wow.
That's good. That's a nice trend. Yeah, I must say.
And then everyone was like, "When are you gonna post actual content?" When I started getting that comment a lot, I was like, "Okay, like, what am I gonna do?" And then I was like, "What's the first thing I did?" I think the first video I had go viral was responding to this kid who made this. I'm not even gonna mention his name because I don't want him to get no clout off of this. But he made a racist anime and posted it. And he has a whole TikTok dedicated to him, like promoting his racist anime. It has a racist fucking name and everything. And then he tries to make himself seem like the victim. He made a video saying like, "I'm getting bullied for making an anime because I'm Asian." That's the only reason I made a response. I was like, "Are you really trying to like say you're getting bullied because you're an Asian person making an anime? You think that's the reason why we're talking?" It just made me mad. But I responded to it, and I was like, "No, they're bullying you because you're racist." And that was literally that was the whole video, and it got like 500,000 views in like a week.
Wow.
That was my first video to ever like go up, and then that's when I was like, okay, people like want to see you talk. People like want to see you interact with the camera, and that was something that was always hard for me because I used to think I was so ugly looking and I would never want to get in front of a camera, and it was something I had to like unlearn in myself to like actually put my face on camera, and I was still dealing with that, you know what I'm saying? But when I saw that video do its numbers, I was like, all right, bro, you just gonna have to get over it. You just gotta do something.
That's me. That's me too. Yeah, I get that.
I feel you. Yeah, I think we all, sadly, I think we all struggle with that type of insecurity. I feel like the world tries to make us that way.
Yes, because you always feel like someone, oh man, are they going to perceive my looks, or are they going to tear me apart because of my features? But you can get that regardless. You're going to have people who going to like it, you got people who don't like it. And why I'm saying this to you, I'm looking in the mirror because it is hard. It's hard because at one point I only want to do voiceovers. I did not want to show my face because, well, you have the luxury. You live in a bigger country, and if you do show your face, 9 out of 10 you're not gonna bump into the people who follow you or who interact with your videos. But I'm on a small island where everyone and mother can see you. And tap your shoulder and be like, hey, I'm just that guy from so and so. It's kind of nerve-wracking to put yourself out there, especially when you're in a small community, and that's the thing. But going back to what you said, people like to hear you talk and everything, I was telling Sky, I said, it's your voice. You have that voice where, you know, if you do a documentary or something like that, you have that voice where people want to listen to, or even if you're doing audible, you know, you have that soft spoken voice where people are like, okay, yeah, I'll listen to it. It's very calming. It's
Do
very
some
calming.
voice acting, man.
I think all three of us could definitely make a whole career out of voice acting.
So I think that's definitely was your selling point, because I was very interested, and I started to get like, because you know TikTok now is showing everyone video, especially if you follow them, they're starting to like pump it out. I don't know what's going on with the algorithm, but it's starting to show more and more people you follow, which is really good. That means you're giving us a chance.
Right.
So, and I'm seeing more and more of your content. I'm like, damn, I'm always interested in what you have to say. You know what I mean? I'm really interested in your theories and all these other stuff. Half the stuff I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but I'm like, you sound unbelievable. So you can maybe talk about something that you pull out of the wood, and I wouldn't even know if it's true or not. But I'm because you have a trustworthy face, and your voice is very calming. You're very believable. You know what I mean? And people want to hear more and more what you have to say. I know for me, for sure.
Like smooth, like a saxophone. Just whenever you speak, then you hear the saxophone carry on bad in the background. You know?
Oh, that's love. That makes me feel very, very loved. I extend that same love and that same appreciation back to y'all, man. I believe that we can all do this and be successful, genuinely.
Yeah. Yes, we can. Yeah, and you know how you do that? When you have no problem sharing your space. There's a lot of times when people are like, oh no, this for me, this for me, this for me. And it's like, no, this world's big enough for all of us to offer it. You know what I mean?
That's what
like,
I'm saying.
you know, and especially in the Black, the reason why I keep, and this is something I don't want to go too off topic, because we want to make everything more fun and light, you know, on this podcast. I like your viewpoint on a lot of things, but I think I need to bring you back on for my another podcast.
Yeah, most definitely.
It's the next side of my podcast. You know what I mean? But to go off a little bit, right? As Black people, we cry about how, oh, our white counterparts are doing so well and everything. I'm just like, yeah, they doing that because white people support white people. I said Black people, we give each other a hard time. You know, we give each other a hard time. I said the reason why they're always on each other for you page because white people are supporting each other in drones. I say Black people, we're like skeptical, like, I don't know if I like you or not. I don't like how you said something this way. We're so skeptical. You know what I mean? So it's really hard. And then as a race, we have this particular ideology of what we feel is Black, you know, and it just, in gatekeeping in our own community is really hard. So I think that's what makes it so hard for Black content creators to make it, is because of our own race. Now, that might be a popular opinion among other people. People say, what the hell are you talking about? But hey, that's just my feel on why Black content creators don't make it as faster as the white counterpart. I'm sorry. I see million viewers. There's a million white people right there supporting that, along with some Black people. I said, and then Black people right there filing their nails when watching your videos.
I think it's I think that's definitely a very engineered thing too. We could definitely talk way deeper into that if you want. I know a lot of stuff about that.
yes. For the next podcast. Okay, I want to talk about a little controversy that happened with a fanart. Now, you briefly was telling me that in the DMs, and I forgot to follow up on you about that. It's all about the sun god and how there was a Black version of Luffy. Did you say? Because I can't remember 100%, but you said that someone you knew drew it for you.
Yes, yeah. Everyone who's watching this, please go tap in with my brother Alex. I'm pretty sure his name on TikTok is Boogie the Lights. He's my right hand man right now. He's actually the co-owner of my Discord server. He's helped me run a Discord with like 700 people in it, like and curate all the events and stuff.
How much people? Sorry.
700. We had like 700.
Oh wow!
Wow. No. Yeah, the Discord went up around the same time that the Minority Hunter Zoro video started going up, and then like literally hundreds of people just started joining. It went from like 50 to like 300 in a day. It keeps going. But I would love for y'all to tap in. I would love for y'all to come through. It's called All of the Lights. We're on Discord. You can look us up on any of the Discord curating sites, and we have a really dope community. Our whole premise is we want to be a safe space on the app. This is the only place where we're not allowing no toxicity, no arguing in the chats. We just love peace and positivity. We start the day with a grand rising session where I send a prayer out to everybody, and then we just play games and chill. And then I say goodnight and send everybody a prayer of love every night. You feel me? And it's a really dope spot. I would love everybody on the internet who's willing to come join the All the Lights server. The link is in my TikTok bio. But
definitely, because I'm all for a solid Discord. I'm in a few actually. I was thinking about creating my own Discord. Me and Sky have one where we was doing it for like Pokemon Unite. So it wasn't really something like for a bunch of people, but I'm open to doing something like that, and I'm definitely interested in joining other people on as well. So definitely, as soon as I come off, I'll join in. So you said your boy was the one who created for you. What's his name is again? Sorry,
Alex. His name is Alex. In the server he goes by Art God because he's the artist. He does all the crazy cover arts that I have for some of my songs. He did my current PFP on TikTok, and my previous one that had the controversy that you were referencing. He's the mastermind behind all of that.
So how did that went viral? Because how do people be bought it? Because how did they even get wind of that? Like, how did that become a thing?
So basically, all that happened was he drew it for me. I asked him for a profile picture for TikTok that was custom. He made the sun god Luffy, Jah PFP. I put it up. Everyone was like, "Yo, you have the hardest PFP on the app. That is crazy." Everyone was gassing it up. I was like, "Cool, I appreciate y'all. Thank you." Then one of my mutuals, Diaries of a Holy Knight, who I think has almost 900K now. He's about to hit 1 million. Shout out to him. I love you, brother. God bless you. He posted a video using the picture. He said, "Racist check. Do you guys have a problem with this? Because I don't." And then apparently from there it went viral. There's so many people with it now that I don't even know, but like I'll go on Twitter looking for pictures for my edits for my videos, and people will have it. The Black Luffy PFP is everywhere now because of that, and everyone in the comments was supportive, but there were a lot of racist people saying I don't like this, or Luffy's not black, Luffy can't be black. Even though if you go into the details of the story itself and what the creator has said about the character, there's no reason for that not to be a possibility. One, Ichiro Oda, the creator of One Piece, has illicitly stated all of the nationalities of each of the Straw Hats. He said like where they would be from if they were real, and when he went to Luffy, he said that Luffy would be Brazilian. Now, not only is Brazilian a nationality, you know what I'm saying, and not like a racial identification, meaning that anyone of any color, of any race can be Brazilian.
Right.
Not 91% of Brazilian people, apparently, according to Google, I don't know if this is true, have African DNA. It sounds true, you know, just because of the transatlantic slave trade, and you know how
a lot of African slaves went to Brazil, to South America. Yeah, that's true.
So if Luffy would be Brazilian in real life, he would have black in him. And also the name of Luffy's devil fruit, spoiler alert for anyone who is interested, please skip forward. The true name is the human fruit model sun god Nika. Which I think confirms his blackness.
Well, no, you're trying to say because you have nigga in there? Now wait, hold on. Now I feel like something awful with that.
Wait. Okay,
my boy ingested it, so he became it.
It is partially that, but it is for another reason, and the other reason is that the sun god Nika in the One Piece world, the legend of him is that he is a liberator of slaves, or the liberation warrior. He's known as the physical embodiment of freedom and peace. And when you look at the story of One Piece and how it's played out, there are literally arcs of Luffy overthrowing capitalists and slave owners to free slaves. That actually happens in One Piece. So yeah, I think there's definitely a black identity connected not only to the narrative of One Piece, but to the character Luffy himself. And anyone who has a problem with me saying that is a bigot. So I couldn't give a shit less. Luffy's black.
See, and then the crazy thing about it is that I think the person you're talking about who kind of helped blew that situation up.
Yeah.
I do at him, not knowing that this had a connection to you. I do at it because I'm like, why is it the whole thing? And then of course the trolls came in my comment section, started talking about, oh, if he isn't black, oh, if we did this to Black Panther. I'm like, okay, now you sound stupid. Okay,
Dumb as hell.
They always result to
Not
that
white.
for some reason.
Definitely not white. I hope white people don't think Luffy's white because he isn't.
the conversation is so silly and the argument is silly. The argument you used was so stupid. Sometimes it'd be little kids arguing with you, and then
all
sometimes it'd be
children.
grown adults.
It's children with bigoted as parents.
Yes, and the thing is now that I said in my comment section, Black Panther. First of all, Black Panther was created by a white guy who created Black Panther to represent a group of people who were not represented at all back in the day. So he was to help give representation for Black people. White people have representation in abundance till it overflows. So when you're talking about well, we made this person, like, you have a bunch of characters that represent every boy, every girl that's out there. And Luffy, first of all, is not even connected to y'all. It wasn't even made by y'all.
And
But y'all
Luffy-
y'all are gatekeeping how his tone of skin should be. And his tone of skin is not even white.
Exactly. Not only that, like, that's the most aggravating part to me, genuinely, personally. I agree with you, and I feel the same exact way. But to me, I feel like anyone who is a bigot does not understand the character, because Luffy is literally freedom. He is like freedom embodied as a person. He does not agree with oppression. He believes that everyone is equal, and he just wants all his homies to eat. That's all he thinks about. If you have a problem with someone else personifying themselves as Luffy because they identify with him, then you don't even comprehend the character.
Right.
So I don't get it. I think that the internet is, while it's a beautiful thing, is really weird because there's a lot of weirdos who say a lot of stupid shit. But that's why it's so important for us to make content, because for every one liberator, there's 10,000 idiots doing the exact opposite.
Yes, that's true. That is true. So I want to know, since we're on topic of One Piece and everything, what is your favorite character in the One Piece universe?
Okay, so for my whole life,
Outside of Luffy.
yeah, obviously, my whole life it was actually Ace. Luffy was not my favorite character until very recently, because me and my girl actually just started watching One Piece together from the beginning, because she hadn't seen it, and there was a whole chunk that I'd read in the manga, but I didn't watch in the anime in the beginning. So it was
Wow,
like
you actually convinced her to watch One Piece?
yeah, we're on episode, like, I think we're almost on episode 250 now. Like,
Wow.
I know, right?
You skip those beginning parts. That's take at least like 10 minutes just to get through a whole
Oh my
backstory. The
God,
last
it's
episode
so
is
annoying.
annoying. It's
So annoying, bro. I skipped the fillers. We did skip all the filler episodes, which was like, I think it amounted to like maybe 15, 20. But we watched all the canon episodes of One Piece up to then, and it's been a dope experience.
So why Ace?
Ace is just, oh my God, Ace is just that guy, bro. Prior to the whole Sun God thing, Ace was the only person who had powers close to like being the Sun God. Like, so he was cool to that degree in my eyes, because he ate the fire devil fruit, so he was just all fire. The other thing that made him cool to me was just how he was introduced, and I feel like that, in my personal opinion, we were not actually shown how overpowered Ace was. You know, prior to, you know, how the character ends up, I don't think that we are shown, you know, just how OP this guy can really. You feel me? And he was a dope guy. Marineford is my favorite arc of One Piece of all time to this day, even including Wano and all the Kaido stuff. I still believe that Marineford is the best.
Would you say your favorite one is?
Marineford.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's because it's Ace's arc. I mean, it's a depressing.
That's the prison battle, right? Not the prison battle. That's
it's all about saving Ace.
Yeah,
that's my favorite part of the story for real. I think that's when One Piece has the tonal shift where it really becomes a serious. It's not just like a goofy Looney Tunes story at that point,
Right.
But yeah, Ace was my guy. I love Ace so much. That's probably my favorite One Piece character besides Luffy.
Right. I don't know, because you give a little trivia and all these other stuff for the One Piece universe. I don't know, can you give me like 10 things people may not know about the popular anime?
10 things people may not know about One Piece. Okay. So, like I said a little earlier, in the power scaling community, a lot of people think that Luffy maxes out at island level or continental, but upon my rewatch, I've actually watched Luffy fight and successfully defeat a villain that could literally swallow entire islands without using their full power in the pre-time skip of One Piece. So Luffy, I think, gets underscaled dramatically in terms of how vastly powerful he really is, because prior to him even like getting his transformations like gears and stuff, he's able to knock out people who can swallow continents literally. and just I don't know how else to emphasize that. Luffy is really, really, really OP, way more OP than you realize. This is also connected to another thing you may not know about the One Piece universe. But the One Piece Earth, their version of Earth is not the same as ours, and it is emphasized in the story that it is dramatically different. I believe they have 8 moons orbiting around the One Piece planet. And there's a character in the story whose name is Marco. He serves as the doctor / the navigator of the Whitebeard pirates in the One Piece verse. His Vivre card, which is what information cards are known as in One Piece, states that he spent his entire childhood reading books about the size of the Earth and all the different islands on the One Piece Earth and how vast it is. And he says that there are 10 to 20 million islands on the One Piece planet. In real life, there's only a couple thousand islands on our planet. And that, coupled with the fact that one of the smaller islands on the One Piece Earth is known to be the same size as Australia, allows us to put the One Piece scale of the planet at way, 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 way larger than our Earth. It's bare minimum like 10 times bigger than regular planet Earth. So that means that because of that, because all the different islands and the continents and landscapes are much, much, much wider and much, much more vast, destroying a continent or destroying an island on the One Piece planet is like a continental or multi-continental feat on a regular sized Earth. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because the planet is so much bigger. So
I gotta pick up on that, because how you be like days in one island, just adventuring to one island, because Jesus, it only take you like a couple hours to get to one point of the island and next. But in Luffy world, you will be there like you sweating as a continent, So I definitely peeped that for sure.
So this is trippy, and this doesn't even make sense, but there's a character that has this ability that he can propel people in any direction he wants in a bubble at the speed of light. So the bubble is traveling at light speed, right? Anywhere. He puts Luffy in this bubble. He sends Luffy traveling across the seas at the speed of light. Luffy flies across the sea for 3 days in this bubble, and it takes him 3 days to reach the next island. Flying at light speed. That means that there's that much distance that it took him 3 days to reach landmass flying across the ocean. That's insane. I don't even know how to explain how wide the planet has to be, how vast it is.
You can imagine sailing your boat if it takes that long. Yeah.
Okay, so we got the Luffy power scale. We have the the measurement of the world. The 10. You say 10 moons, right?
Don't quote me on don't quote me on the exact amount of moons, but it's a lot of moons, bro. It's a couple moons.
Okay. Yeah. All right. All right.
Um,
So get any more? I know I said 10, but I might be stretching it.
nah, I definitely got a couple more in me. I got you. I'm a nerd. You know we do this.
Okay.
Ichiro Oda, the creator of One Piece, is a super huge Dragon Ball nerd, and Luffy obviously is a reference to Goku. If you watch it, even if you don't watch it, if you just look at Luffy, they're basically the same character. Luffy's just a pirate version of Goku. But he also has a move that is a direct reference to Dragon Ball called Reno Schneider. And when he does the move, he takes the form of doing the Kamehameha wave. So the move is essentially Luffy's version of the Kamehameha.
Is that out already?
Yeah, it's Gear 4. It's Gear 4 Luffy. In his fight against Doflamingo in Dressrosa, which is like episode 700 something, he uses it.
I watched up to Wano. I mean, so much episode. Like, you really is a huge fan because I can't remember every detail. Like how you have a vivid memory of everything. I'm like, oh, that happened.
Bro.
Wow. And I stopped at Wano. The beginning, half part of Wano. That's where I stopped at.
I ain't
I
even
don't
reach
blame you.
Wano.
Did you say it, Ty?
I said I ain't even reach Wano. I kind of waiting to binge it. Just binge read it. Because I kind of stopped
there
watching.
is over 1,000 episodes. What are you waiting on?
Look, man, look. I feel like I can catch up soon, and then I'm gonna be like, time to wait again, and then I don't feel like reading it again. I don't know.
And we get into the last.
Yeah, you really think you can watch over 1,000 episodes?
I'm not gonna watch it. No, watching it take too long with the recaps and all that. So I'm like, you know what? I just read it. It's much faster, in my opinion.
Smart.
Yeah.
Okay, I know we did say 10 things, guys, but I want to talk about something right now. The next question I asked: How would you convince people like Sky who
That's
on the
crazy.
fence to invest time into watching 1,000+ episodes? Like, how would you convince Sky and everyone else who say, "Man, that's a lot of episodes. I don't know if I could sit down and watch One Piece"?
I used to be one of y'all. I used to talk so much mess about. When I tell you, I used to hate on One Piece on a daily basis. I used to hate on One Piece on a daily basis. I used to run my mouth about how Naruto better, about how Goku slams, about how Luffy, the first time I saw it was when I was 5 on Toonami, and I don't know why, but every time I tried to watch it, it would just put me straight to sleep.
Really?
I get that.
Wow.
I get that.
But I think that it was just a journey of self-discovery and self-actualization, because later on in my life, first time I met my biological father, which is also the first time I went to Africa. That's why I went to Africa, was to go meet him. I took a whole bunch of manga with me on the plane because I wanted to entertain myself. And one of the manga that my mom's bought me was the first volume of One Piece. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try it out. Like, let's fuck it. Like, I don't got nothing else to do. When I tell you, like, I want to say a good 30 pages into the first chapter of One Piece, I had tears down my eyes. I'm crying. The next 20 pages, I'm laughing because it's also a comedy.
It is.
It's just a beautiful. It's just I got sucked in. The manga really sucked me in, and then after that, I was just a One Piece head. Like, I've always been One Piece since that, and that's what made it so crazy that this whole thing just happened. Because my Discord name for literally the entire time I've had Discord since like 2015, 2016 has been Monkey D. Luffy, and then like literally this year he randomly turned into the Sun God. And it tripped me out. It still trips me out to this day. But I understand why. I think, like I said, it's just a journey of actualization and self-discovery. I think that once like humanity gets to the point where we all discover ourselves, everybody will be One Piece fans.
See, my thing is, I have my coworker who was talking to me about why he couldn't get into One Piece because it's very long. He said, "Man,
everybody say that. Facts.
Everyone says that, and I have someone who I know who actually just read the manga, like what Sky's doing. Just read the manga, but then watch the actual series because they
Oh no, I watched it. I think I stopped after a certain point, and I was like, let me just read it because why not? Because I caught up, I think, with the show, and then I was like, then more episodes came out, and I was like, let me just read it just so I can see what's going on. And I was like, okay, nice. And then I caught up with the manga, and I was like, well, time to wait. But then I just couldn't keep going back and forth with it, so I was like, I'll just leave it alone and binge it later when it's done, I guess, in the future if I'm alive. I don't know.
See, my issue with One Piece, because I started watching One Piece when I was a kid, and I remember when it, like you said, came on Tsunami. I watched it, and I'm like, especially when the original theme song came on, which was fire. Theme of the pirates in the grand, like that was like my theme song. And I'm like, when I was a kid, I was like, every time I come from school, I was rushing in, trying to put my bag down just to watch One Piece. Thank God we have the internet and we can watch stuff online, because you have to wait on Tsunami schedule to watch these things. But yeah, I fell in love with One Piece. It, like you said, made me cry, made me laugh. It was just one thing I must say is Oda is a great, excellent storyteller. He touch on sensitive topics. It's amazing how people watch One Piece and racist, but still
that's what I'm saying.
Enjoy One Piece. When One Piece talks about racism and oppression, you know what I mean? Oppression.
That's
like,
one. Yeah, that's one where it talks.
It don't
about
make no
all
sense.
This stuff. And then,
I don't think I'll be like, I don't watch this because this is against my views. They eating it up. It's all about acceptance, accepting people are different, classism, all these other stuff, and it just goes over their head. But anyway, that's people stupid all over.
People are stupid.
Yeah. My thing about One Piece and what I fell off on, because I stopped at Wano, is the fact that Luffy can be fighting one person for 10 to 15 episodes. I'm like, oh.
Hey, yo, that's Dragon Ball.
Yeah, that's, well, yeah. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And it's the same song and dance where Luffy gets defeated. And then for somehow he remember one training segment in his head. And then now he found his power to defeat this person. Still end up getting defeated. And then, boom, he win at the end. It's like, oh my God, it's too long. It's too long. Like, the fight seems to be too long for me. And Wano's storyline, I feel, is very drawn out. Wano and Mom's Whole Cake, we call it Whole Cake Island arc.
I could agree with that.
Yeah, it was too drawn out for me. Like, they really drawn that out to me. And I was like, especially the Whole Cake saga. That was too drawn out. It was too drawn. And then Wano feels very slow. Very slow. And that's what really got me to say, you know what, I'm going to take a break off it. I really just stopped, and anyone like Jah say, spoiler alert, anyone who didn't catch up to this episode yet, I stopped when they revealed that the kid, I forget their names, the kid and it's when they revealed that they're from the past. That's where I stopped at, and I said, okay, time to take a break. I never came back after that. And I know a lot of stuff happened after that moment. So I don't know. It's like I don't know what's going on with it's starting to become very competitive, in my opinion, when it comes to the later episode of One Piece. I don't know what Oda's doing, but it's compared to his old episodes to now, everything just feels like he is on like slow mode when it comes to the point of each episode. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I agree. I think that the One Piece anime definitely has shown a little bit of a pacing problem, but I think that it is still worth the enjoyment, especially if you don't know anything about it already. Like, if you're just starting off, you haven't checked out anything of it, I would say just try the anime. Just try it. If it's too long, if the pacing is annoying, if you're not enjoying it, then read the manga, and I promise you will have a 10 out of 10 experience. To me, the manga is practically flawless. But that's what I would recommend. I would recommend anyone who thinks that the pacing of the anime is too long, just try out the manga. Watch the really cool fights and stuff and all the cool scenes that are animated, but just read it. Everyone should experience this story, in my mind.
Yeah, but I never read the manga. I just watched the show. So
that's a W. That's lit. I think you should try it. Like, if you're not fatigued on the story yet, just to give yourself a different experience, because it is definitely a different experience. They're two different.
Reading it from the beginning or which part?
If you choose to.
From well, yeah, you're probably gonna want to read it from wherever you left off. But I would say definitely read it. Read the rest from Wano moving forward. Definitely Wano. Wano's going crazy in the manga right now. The manga's on fire. It can't miss.
Okay. All right. Hey, so the tattoo, is that inspired by One Piece universe, or that's something you actually came up by yourself?
You said the what?
The tattoo in your hand, like, is that inspired by the One Piece universe, or that's actually something you got off from internet, or something that you came up with on your own?
Yeah, nah, that's me. Yeah, that's the Sun God symbol. That's my personal brand. I have a clothing line called SOG, or Sons of God, and the symbol is just the sun symbol that I got tattooed on my hands. When I found out the meaning of my name, I think I told y'all a little bit about that briefly, so I won't get it back.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I really thought that. So even the tattoo on Luffy's stomach, that I thought that was a logo from One Piece.
Oh, nah. Yeah, my man's added that. Yeah, that's my logo. Yep, he added the logo to him. And yep.
Okay, cool. We can talk more about your merch and your line and everything. That's cool. That's cool. All right. So, anything that you dislike about One Piece yourself that you say they could have done different, or you basically feel the same way about just the pacing, and that's basically it?
Okay, so the only thing that makes me mad is like when there's hella times where there'll be like a fight that we've been waiting for so long, and either it won't happen or it'll happen off screen, and that makes me so mad, bro, because that has happened so many times. This happened too many times. What happened?
What do you mean off screen?
Okay. Oh, so there's two characters that had two major characters, by the way, two admirals, Akainu and Aokiji. Well, we are told during the time skip. Yeah, facts. Yeah, they have a off-screen battle at Punk Hazard that changes the island forever, but they don't show us the battle. And I'm like, why are you telling me this? Like, why do I need to know that they did this if you're not gonna show me them doing that? You feel me? Because then it just feels like a wasted opportunity. Because we're never gonna see it. We're never gonna see what happened there. You know, we just got a couple glimpses of Jinbei telling the story, and then they think that suffices. And I don't feel that way. You know, I want to see them throw hands.
Right. I agree.
Oda said I take too much time out of me. I had to move.
Yeah, Oda said, he said, I'm not doing all that. That's exactly what he said.
Y'all could get what I give y'all. Now y'all asking too much. Y'all getting too much. You know, do you really believe that Luffy is Dragon's son? Because it's kind of weird how Oda's drawing, what is him again, Rogers, to look like an older version of Luffy. Like, I don't understand that.
That's an interesting thought. I never heard anyone say that. That's crazy. Because to be honest, I believe that twist is possible, especially since how, spoilers, we found out that Ace is Gold Roger's son.
Yeah.
I think that a reverse plot twist of that would be extra, but it would be cool. I just want, well, my thing is, I want to find out that Luffy is Lunarian. Have you guys ever heard of that theory?
The Mary?
Lunarian is a race in the One Piece world of basically black people. It's like literally like dark-skinned black people that have wings and flames. They have the ability to emit flames from their head. There's a theory that Sanji is part, since we know Sanji's like a test tube baby, he's GMO. There's a theory that the reason he can generate fire on his legs and that he doesn't like ever sweat or get hot is because his father implanted Lunarian DNA in him.
Is this a race of people that already introduced into the world?
Yes, they were introduced in Wano.
Dang, yeah, behind.
Yeah, I'm behind, yeah.
I'm so sorry, bro.
No, that's fine. I'll forget about it eventually and then try and read it.
I'm so sorry. I thought we knew. I'm so sorry.
I told you I stopped at Wano when they revealed that the people from the past.
Yeah, when you said, because my bad, it happened in Wano. So when you said Wano, I was just thinking, yeah, but you said the start of Wano. So my bad. I apologize. I'm so sorry. I feel so bad.
Oh, no problem. Okay, cool. Now let's get to know Jah a little closer. If you're comfortable with me asking these questions, you just skip next.
Skip the tutorial.
Yeah, next. No, we're not doing that. All right. Is it safe to assume you're expecting your first job?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so it's your first job. All right,
yes.
Cool. So how does it feel to be assumed to be that?
That's what I wanted my whole life, man. I can't wait. I'm so excited to meet him. I'm so excited.
Well, is this something you always wanted to happen at this stage of your life, or you say, man, God's time is God's timing?
Well, yeah, I do feel that way with everything. It's all about divine timing. But personally, in myself, yes, that is my main personal desire above anything else. I just want to be the world's greatest father. Genuinely, I mean that. That's
I
all
get
I
that.
need.
I get that.
I didn't have one. I was raised by all women. You know what I'm saying? I have a little brother that was also raised by all women alongside me. And growing up with him and being his father figure and being the oldest sibling as I was, just I really had a lot of mental trauma that came with that. You feel me? I had a fucked up relationship with my mother. I always felt uneasy around other men. Like every men would easily make me aggro. I would always want to fight or yell. You know what I'm saying, around dudes, and I didn't understand why until I came around. You know, my male mentors, my father figures in my life later on in life who instilled the importance of, you know, just having a father, a male presence.
Right.
And once I understood that, like that's all I want to do. You feel me? I want to be like everybody's father, even if it's not like, you know, my biological kid. I just want to interact with every child, you know, black, white, or whatever. Just like
Right. So is your mom is from Africa?
no, my
Or
father is. My father is.
so did he travel to the US and met your mom, or did she traveled over there?
He came to the U.S. actually. Yeah. They had me while he was over here, and then he got deported when I was born. Pretty much.
Dang.
Yeah. But yeah, like that was something I had, like, you feel me, going on with me mentally, because I didn't even know he existed. My mom says she don't know nothing about this, obviously, of course, but from my lived experience, my perspective, I didn't even know he existed till I was 8 years old. I thought another man was my father.
Wow.
She told me, yeah. So when I had that introduced in my life and that whole layer of like, who am I, where do I come from, and how do I navigate this, because I didn't have a father, I didn't have nobody to claim that, it really made me want to just make sure nobody ever feels that way. I think that's where that came from in me. But because of that, like, the only thing that matters to me, like, above materialism, above anything else, I just want to be the world's greatest father. I want to have a bunch of kids and get them a dope ass home.
Yes, and you know the goal. Yes, and the goal is always to be better than our parents who came before us. That's always the goal. You know what I mean? So
Facts.
we learn from the mistakes of our parents, and we try not to repeat it. And you know, unfortunately, in the Black community, you know, it's probably every community, but I love talking about Black people because I'm Black. So we have generational curse, and we gotta find a way to break the curse. You know what I mean? And sometimes we don't communicate with our children or even communicate with our family or get that internal healing to release ourselves from the shackles of our parents' past. And then we carry that on to our new family. You know what I mean? So we always want, like I said, the goal is always to be better than our parents. You know, that's always the goal. And if you acknowledge the stuff, the hurt, you dealt with it properly. Because if you don't deal with it, even though you say, I'm not going to be like my mom, I'm not going to be like my daddy, and then lo and behold, you become a mini them to your children. Yeah, so a lot of self-reflection. So, well, good luck. Do you know the gender of your child yet, or it's too soon?
Nah, it's a little boy.
Oh, okay, all right. Boy, he started off with a boy.
All right. I thought I thought he was gonna be a girl.
Okay.
I really did.
Boy, cool. You mentioned how you convinced, I don't know how, but you convinced your girlfriend or wife. Which one is it, the title?
That's my wife.
That's your wife. Okay, cool. You convinced your wife to sit down and watch One Piece with you. Is she an anime fan?
Yeah, she wasn't at first, but she loves One Piece. She's hooked into One Piece. Every anime I tried to show her beforehand, she wasn't like, she would watch, but like wasn't like all the way entertained. But we're both actually genuinely invested in One Piece now.
Well, that's cool. You have a lot of episodes that she could watch.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's the perfect show. It's the perfect show to get hooked on.
The time she finished One Piece, probably little one be right now watching it with her.
That's what I'm saying.
Episode long.
I can't wait, man.
Okay, so how did you find someone who was interested in, okay, receptive into the anime situation. Say, okay, he likes anime. Okay, let me get involved what he likes, and also supporting your route to be a content creator and slash musician. How did that go about? Like, is she like, yay? Or she
Yeah.
like, you doing your thing?
Yeah, God just brought us together. I really don't even know how else I would describe it, because that's literally the only way to describe it. It's just like, I ended up going on a spiritual retreat where we met each other. I was in a different relationship at the time. She was in a different relationship at the time. She did Reiki on me, and it just removed all this trauma from me. You feel me? Like, it was cool. And then we stayed in touch. She came to my show, my first ever show, or the rehearsal for my first ever show. I'm sorry, the day before it, Baltimore, and and then after that we just naturally kind of like came together. And then she told me she had feelings for me, and then we just started chilling, and like I realized that I loved her. Like we was best friends. And then like I just love her so much. You know what I'm saying? Like I just had to sit and I realized that I was like, yo, I love you. And then we got together.
That's good, man. That's great. You always want, the goal is always how a partner that supports your goals, and you both understand that, hey, these are the route I want to take, and I'm going to support you on your rise to your purpose. It's always great to have someone who's just there to support, not blindly support you now, but support.
Facts. And that's the
you don't want no one there who watching you walk in the ditch and be like, that's his dream, and you're like, nah, see red flag, let me know now. So so that's good. Now, because I noticed that you're sharing a lot on your social platform. You're sharing who she is, and also that you're expecting. Do you think that social media is safe to share all this information?
Yeah, personally, just because, one, I feel like I just really had to learn who I am. I feel like this journey, like I keep saying, I feel like God is really telling me this, instill this message. It's about learning your power. It's self-actualization. And in that self-actualization, I don't have fear. I realize that if it will be, it will be. God is eternal. It's infinite. It's everything. And there is no refuting it, regardless of whether I try to or not. If it is, it is. It will be. And I've just accepted that in the sense of flowing with that. And I've tried so hard to run away from this purpose. I've tried to end my life so many times. I've tried to do everything but this for so long, and it never worked out. And I just had to realize that it was because God is telling me to do this. You feel me? Like, this is your lane. Go ahead, just go do it. You know everything. You have all the skills. I've instilled you with all you need to succeed. And when I heard that, when I had that message given to me, I was just like, okay, yes sir, I surrender. I got you. You feel me?
Okay. Right. Okay. My thing is about, my podcast is called Passing Energy. It said Dirty Ones, which is a segment of passing energy. Now, I'm all about energy and vibe and all kind of stuff like that, right? And I always like to protect, and that's great that you are, you're very strong and supportive in your stance and believe that no weapon formed against me will prosper. And that's great. That's a great alternative to look at it. But my thing is that people are so evil. I don't believe in giving people content. Less is better, because when you have a group of people praying for your downfall, miserable people, like, oh, you look happy, I'm gonna pray that y'all break up. I'm gonna pray that I'm gonna sow seeds of doubt in each of your mind that y'all will end up going your separate ways. That's how evil this world is, and the fact that I don't believe in giving people, I shield my loved one, my family, my friends, whoever they be, I shield them by not giving no one no names. I shield them by not giving no one, because if they're content creators, that's something different. We all in this together. But if they're not really a content creating type people, I believe in keeping them where I met them. We outside, we inside it. We inside. Now, the content creation, I didn't met my friends there. So they don't need to be there. You know what I mean? I didn't met my significant other there. I met them outside or inside. That's just my outlook on sharing too much with people who don't need to know that. You know, let's talk about what we know about. We like anime. Let's talk about our common situation. Everything else that has nothing to do with what we're talking about need to stay right there. Now, who eating?
Sorry, man. Nah, I trying to put up. I trying to put something up. Sorry about that.
My stomach's on the ground too. I had it. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, so, no, I didn't think you ought to hear that. I'm sorry.
You went, really?
Yeah, no.
This microphone I have so sensitive. It can have a pin drop.
And I definitely understand that sentiment that you said. I love and appreciate that energy that you have about that, and I feel that same way, especially when it comes to respecting other people's privacy and consent. Just when it comes to me, in terms of how I've been curating my content, something that God has been telling me for a while, and that me and her recently realized, is that a lot of people love when we make stuff together.
Right.
And we love when we make stuff together in a way where, like the other day, I literally spent the whole day editing a fucking video of her reacting to us ranking all of Naruto's transformations for YouTube. I was literally editing it all day. I woke up at 5 a.m. I didn't post it till 8 p.m. You know what I'm saying? I was just grinding on it. And the whole time I'm doing it, I realized, like, yo, this is my favorite video I've ever made in my entire life. And when I asked myself why, I was like, it's because my baby and like we did it together and we cultivated like this project, and I feel like that's the energy that people receive from me when I put this shit out, because I'm not doing this shit for numbers. I think that shit is like at 70 views right now. I do it because I love it, and it's everything to me, and people resonate with it. The reason this shit like goes places, the reason people tap in is because it's authentic, and it's just like, yo, this dude just loves making his fucking video with his girl. And I feel like that's what I want to articulate to people. I want people to really, I feel like we have to publicize our love and our peace and our positivity and that energy. I feel like people need to see that in order for us to ever give people examples of how we desire people to be, you know? Like, there's so much fucked up shit. There's so much dark shit to look up to for these children. I want to be a light for them to have as a positive influence, you know? And the only way we can do that is by putting that shit out there.
Right. That's true. And I ain't trying to be the yang to this conversation. Like, no. Because let me tell you something. That's beautiful. That's great. And to have someone who is okay with it. But my advice, I don't know how old you is. I feel like me around the same age, but I'm not sure.
I'm 21.
Oh, geez, me and you are not around the same age. Wow, you're 21 and you what, a father at 21?
Yeah.
That's good. Man. Wow. Since you're 21 now, I feel comfortable enough to say it for sure.
What's up?
You speak to God, that's great. Pray about it. You pray about everything and keep your relationship secure and everything, right? But yes, also look at the fact that, like, you still in the growing stage of the media, entertainment, all that kind of stuff. You're still in the growing stage of that. And yes, a lot of time when you look at these relationship online, they get destroyed because of social media. You know what I mean? So what something is precious to you, I'll keep secure and hidden, because that's how a thief comes. The thief coming for that. But when you highlight everything, that gives them even more motivation to come and steal it. So I'm just trying to say, as an older person, now that I realize you're 21, as an older person who's been on this earth longer than you,
I love you for that. I appreciate that.
I would still keep everything certainty to yourself. That for you. That for you and her. Obviously, y'all a couple, and if she's fine when you fine, hey, that's more power to y'all. But certain things keep for y'all. You know what I mean? Because, like, I tell you right now, you in the early stage of this. And this world is not as nice as and I'm sure you could tell me stories, but I'm just trying to state this world is you'd be surprised how powerful this world can be when it comes to even some things that God ought to be like, hey, you gotta learn it for yourself. And you don't want life to be a teacher because it's not pleasant at all. Some things you have to keep to yourself and protect it. You see all these like people like Will Smith, them, all these other people, because they put their relationship out there, that destroy everything because they overshare.
And I agree. I'm with you. My privacy is something that I feel like I leave in terms of, like, for example, the channels that I think you're talking about. Like, I'm not gonna say no fucking names, obviously, but you know, ones that will vlog, you know, them going around their crib or you know, going out the house that day. I could never do no shit like that. If I'm being completely honest, I'm not knocking it. I'm not saying nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying, for me personally, I would not feel comfortable, you know, just like putting that shit out. You feel me? To me, I think that the way that my girl comes into my content and my videos is strictly like what we did the other day, and that's why I thought it was so dope, because it's just how I be, like, you know, in my creative content room with my board and my edits up, talking about Naruto and shit. But she was there. You feel me? And that's
right.
And that's all I really intend to put out there in terms of content containing my family. Honestly, genuinely, I don't think I will ever be the vlogging type. I don't see that being my lane.
Let me tell you some. Do not show that baby on that page.
Major facts. Yeah, that's another thing I was gonna say. I will never show my son on camera, regardless, until he's old and intelligent enough. I'm sorry,
right?
Yes. You know what I'm saying? Comprehensive enough to say whether or not he wants his face to be on camera. I'm not gonna do that without, you know, his permission, his consent. That's how I feel. I would never put no baby, nowhere, none of that.
Right. Well, that's good, man. I must say this, and while we coming down to the wire, I must say this: for 21, you are very, very mature, and you seem like you're viewing with wisdom. I'm really shocked how young you are. I'm like really shocked.
Thank you. Shocked. I appreciate you. I feel that's talking
very telling. That's very telling. To see how spiritually inclined you are is beautiful. It's beautiful. It doesn't feel like, and you know, this is something, and I don't want to go too much off topic because I really, truly want you to come on my next part of my podcast.
I'm there.
Because I feel like definitely these worldly stuff we could talk about. Because I feel like sometimes when people talk about God narrative, it comes off judgy, and I'm better than you, and I'm looking down at you of your life decisions instead of coming off like everything's love, peace, tranquility. You know, we're sharing. We want the world to be better. We want a positive outlook on things. You know, everything's always about you should be doing this, you shouldn't be doing that, and it comes off like, you know, I feel like I'm being whipped. It's, you know, that's the whole thing situation, but it's just so refreshing to have someone who speaks about God, who speaks about divine favor, divine enlightenment, and it comes off very positive and warm, you know what I mean? Which a lot of people are losing out on when it comes to relating God's message, God's will. You know, that's what people are, the disconnect a lot of the spiritual community is missing out on, and the conscious community. But hey, anyway.
I feel you. I appreciate you. That hearing you say that means a lot, and I agree. God is love. Anything else is an illusion.
Right.
Anything else is an illusion.
Right. Let's do this again. Top 10 anime.
Oh my God. I can't put them in order. I cannot put these in order.
That's fine. I don't have to be in order.
Okay. The only ones that I can put in order is number 1 and 2. Yu Yu Hakusho and One Piece.
Nice. Okay. That's a nice one. Okay.
3 might have to go to Clannad.
To who?
Let's see.
Did you say 3 yes?
Yes.
Clannad.
Yeah.
Clannad?
Clannad, yeah.
I didn't think I watched that.
It's a romance anime. I highly, highly, highly recommend it. Save
tears, my guy. Tears.
Nothing but them. Nothing but them.
Tears.
Send it to me in the chat when you get a chance.
Say that. Dead Man Wonderland for 4.
Oh yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
Oh yes, it's so sad how they end that.
I'm still mad, bro. We need a season 2. The manga is great though. If y'all haven't seen or read Dead Man,
they continue the manga. Okay.
What happened?
I said they continue the manga. I didn't know that. No.
Yes,
they
the
canceled
manga
it.
continues for till the end, till the natural end of the story, and it's beautiful.
nice.
I genuinely recommend reading it.
Okay.
What else? What's a good 5 pick? OG Dragon Ball. I would give it OG Dragon Ball 5. Then Cowboy Bebop.
Oh yes.
Devilman Crybaby.
Oh yeah, that's a
Yes,
good one.
yes.
That's a good one.
Evangelion. Berserk.
Still need to finish that. Berserk? Yeah, that's Which version?
The original, not the 3D one that came out in 2016. The OG one. I don't know if it's from the 80s or 90s though.
Yeah.
The one
You
that
say
ends
Berserk?
at the eclipse.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, and this going on to the list. How much we list off so far? Because I lost count.
I think
I
8
think
or
it's
9.
like 6.
6? Oh, I'm high. I don't know.
Oh, jeez. And you're this aware. That's funny.
Hold on.
You say 6 is Berserk. Okay, so we have 4 more.
Attack on Titan.
Okay, all right.
Blue Exorcist.
Oh yeah, that's a hidden gem right there.
It really is a hidden gem, no cap.
Interesting.
Angel Beats
That's another hidden gem right there.
and High School of the Dead.
Really? Wow.
That's
Even though it doesn't have a good ending, I really like that anime. And it probably
Yeah.
is just because of the anime titties, but I can't tell because I watched it when I was 12. So.
I get that. Manga is still good. It's just they just ended it because the brothers had a falling out or something.
Yeah, the author passed away, bro.
Really?
The author
the
of High School
brothers
Dead
had a-
passed away. Yeah, he passed away I think 2019 or 2020. Sadly, rest in peace.
Dang, that's rough.
Wow.
So it may not even come back, sadly.
I mean, huge, almost borderline hentai theme.
It
But I
really
did like-
is. It really is, bro.
You never saw Queen's Blade.
Yo.
I haven't watched Queen's Blade, but I must admit I did like High School of Dead. It was really good, even though you gotta literally have to. If you're watching it around your family, you have to watch over your shoulder.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Every time my mom
Who
came
next
in
to
the
me,
room,
'cause
I had
you be
to
like-
close tab.
Yes, but it's actually if you look past the fan service, because people like,
Yeah,
what
it's
are you
good.
watching?
That's really
It's really good. It's really good anime, and I like one thing about me, Ja. I
Sure.
love adventure anime. I like anything with adventure. I love a party system. If you have a party, oh lord, I already hook on it. Like adventure and party. So, and when it comes to this, the fact that you have this group of people who are traveling around apocalypse world where zombies and everything, yeah, that really hooked me onto it right there, along with the everything else. But yeah, so I really enjoy it. That's why I love One Piece, because One Piece is an adventure show. On top of that, it's a party system. That's why I truly love One Piece. One Piece, Pokemon. I love Pokemon, the original Pokemon.
Facts.
Pokemon coming up ain't really my cup of tea, but it is what it is. But I still play the Pokemon genre and everything. So gaming, like, what do you play?
Okay, so earlier on this year I bought a Switch. I play a lot of stuff on the Switch. Sadly, I don't have fucking Smash Bros yet. I need to get Smash Bros. Other than that, I'd be on Skyrim. I'd be on One Piece, Unlimited World Red, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, Dark Souls. I have so much games on the Switch, it's crazy. I bought too much stuff. My girl just got me a gaming PC, so I'm about to be on the gaming PC like a mug. That's what I'm really excited for. That's gonna make the content go in a whole different direction, because
I agree.
yeah, I'm about to start making gaming videos for YouTube and stuff.
Oh, that'll be dope. That'll be dope for sure.
I don't know what to play though. Y'all gotta tell me what games to get on, because I'm new to the PC world completely. I've never had one before.
I've never, maybe Sky could tell you something, but I just started playing PC games. I have a Switch and a PS4, and I have Dark Souls on the PS4. And I was streaming Dark Souls on TikTok a couple times. Also, I want to get into Elden Ring. I never bought that yet, but I have Skyrim for Switch. I never finished that. Let me tell you something, Ja. I'm a game hoarder. I'll play it for a couple days, and then I on to something else. That's how fast my attention spans go very fast. Hence why my content is very slow, because I get distracted really fast. So yeah, I just started playing, like I play like a lot of D&D games. You know what that means?
No, enlighten me.
It's like Dungeon Dragon themed games.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were literally talking about something other than D&D.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
It's D&D. There gotta be another word other than that.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's stay focused, guy. Like in my Dr. Umar voice, we gotta stay focused, brother.
We gotta stay focused.
we gotta stay focused. So I started playing a lot of those games on. I don't have a gaming PC. I only have an iMac. So, but it does its job. I don't know. Maybe you shoot your community have to put me on to something, because I need to know too what's hot and what's trendy. You know what I mean? So yeah, manga. I've been watching a lot of webtoons, and Sky, you could chime in anytime you want. Just let me know. But I've been reading a lot of webtoons. I must say, Sky was the one who put me on Berserk. He put me on that like last year, I believe. And
No, it was this year, because your boy died.
No, it was last year.
He died last year?
No, I didn't say he died last year. Yeah, he died last year. He died a little while now.
Really? I thought
Yeah, he died last year.
Dang.
That's how fast this year going.
Time moving fast, yeah.
Yeah, that was last year. And he put me on. And let me tell you something. It was so good. I used to watch it on my MacBook Pro. And then I said, oh no, I gotta watch it on bigger screen. Then I put it on my iMac. I said, no, I gotta watch it on bigger screen. So I put it on my 60-inch TV. Like, I was literally reading pages like a TV show. And I cried, I laughed, I was shocked. And I'm like, damn it to hell, this is the best manga of all time, in my opinion. Of all time.
Yeah, but that man did not play with making that story.
And I see why it took him every 1,000 years to release something.
Yeah.
Because that type of content is top tier. You know what I mean? So what is your top manga? What do you think is your manga of all time?
Oh, damn. If not One Piece, let me see. So I can't think of anything. When you said that, I couldn't think of anything other than One Piece, for real.
Hold on, but did you read Berserker?
I was gonna say the only other thing that could come to my mind is Berserk. I haven't read the two new chapters that came out after Mira's passing. Two
chapters are pretty nice.
Please link me, please. I really want to read them. But yeah, Berserk is wonderful. The art in Berserk is wonderful. The narrative is wonderful. I think personally, I would have to say I enjoy One Piece more solely just because of the fact that I think that One Piece does a great job of having real meaning and purpose in literary narrative, and it actually says something, but it also does a great job of not being too grim dark. And I that's what I love about shonen. I love a story that doesn't have to show me too much blood and murder and crazy disgusting stuff to get its point across. And
dang. Chainsaw Man.
Okay, everyone keeps telling me to watch Chainsaw Man.
It hasn't come out yet. I think it's gonna come out in November or something. But I read it all. Yeah, it's really good. And his one shot, oof, that's a movie right there.
Say that. I will check out Chainsaw Man just because you said that. I was skeptical, but I'm down. I'll tap in.
I read Chainsaw 2 again. This is a Sky recommendation. I must give Sky props. Most of everything that Sky suggested is be top tier. I don't even think, only one thing I have a question, but I still have to go back and watch it. But mostly everything Sky recommend, I'm not kidding. Mostly everything Sky recommend is be top tier. I must say, manga and TV show.
Say that. I trust that. I'm with that. I would definitely tap in with Chainsaw Man.
Okay, so merch, because I ain't trying to hold you up too long. I know you got a life and Sky have a life.
That's true.
Merch. Now, the whole Sun God theme, everything. When I went to your social media page, the TikTok, and I saw like people wearing the merch and everything, I'm like, damn, that is so dope to see people actually supporting it. So that's beautiful. So tell me, like, tell me what the merch, where they can find it, and what gave you the inspiration to do it, and yada yada yada, the process.
Thank you so much. So really, the idea for the Sun God merch, one came from half necessity because I'm an independent artist. I don't ever plan on signing to a record label ever. I've been offered 2 record deals and turned both of them down in the past. I don't see a future in that for me. I'm just gonna go strictly independent. So because of that, I have to fund all my own stuff. So in order to finance the release of my first project, I decided to make a merch line. I was like, this would be a dope way to give something back to the fans who already listen to my music, and also reimburse funding this first project because I really just wanted to get an EP. So I just took like all of the contacts in on my phone. I printed out like 10 or 20 shirts, and then I took 2 pictures of them, and then I sent these pictures in a pre-written message to like literally my entire contacts, and I was like, hey, we're trying to drop this album, we're selling these shirts for $20. If you want to support us, all I gotta do is cash app it to me and I'll get you the shirt. And then like literally like everybody wanted one. So that was how I got rid of the first round. And then I had to restock because we got rid of those 20 like right when I sent the text out. And then it was just from there. Everybody was people off of social media wanted some. A lot of them came from TikTok. I had to start sending them out to people. It was so stressful in the beginning because it was literally just me by myself as a one-man team. I had to go get all the different postal equipment to send all the packages out. I had to wrap up everybody's individual package, and I wrote them all letters to go with each one. And I had anywhere from in the beginning from like 30 to 45 orders that weren't in my state. Like there was just people on social media, you know what I'm saying, I had to send out to. And in my state, I had literally hundreds. It was a lot.
Well, you better type those heartfelt messages, eh? Okay, love you too. And then
yeah, that's what my girl said. You better like just keep it down to the same thing and send that shit to everybody. But I was trying to like be personal with it, you know what I'm saying? Like make sure
I agree. I agree. That's a lot of work, though.
it was stressful. Yeah, it was stressful. That shit was very stressful. It was a lot. So to accommodate that now, I use a third-party service to do all my orders. I use my website, jahmakesmusic.com. If you go on there, JAHmakesmusic.com, you'll find all my music stuff, my backstory, and a merch tab. You click on the merch tab, you'll find all the Sun God Luffy merch, all the Sun God merch. Everything's in there. We got everything from t-shirts and hoodies to yoga mats and water bottles and phone cases and stuff.
See, that's beautiful because even when I watch, I don't know if you know about this content creator, but he's more of a YouTuber, Sacred Almighty, Nick.
Yes, I have heard the name.
Yes, I don't know him. I'm just trying to say I follow him. I follow him since he first not first started, but when he's like in the trenches, and to see him now, he's really climbing up there, and I'm really happy to see like Black content creators doing their thing. He had his own merch and everything. I want to support him, but every time I get sidetracked to say, hey, I support his site. I joined his Discord. I also he have a paid subscription. I paid for it. I'm still paying for it right now. Like I just believe in supporting people and any way I can. And I know he takes $1 or he takes $5. You know, it helps. So you might have, if you have 1,000 of followers and then one of them just give you $1 every month.
Facts.
You want $1,000.
Facts.
Jeez. You know what I mean? So definitely the merch. I definitely will check out the merch for sure. And the artist who produces for you is the same guy, Alex, or you're different people?
Yes, it is the same guy, Alex. He's the one who worked on the shirt designs with me. Some of them.
Okay, cool. All right. Any upcoming projects that you want to share with us?
Really, the main thing I would like to direct everybody towards right now is the YouTube. Where I just finished working on my very first ever full-length YouTube video yesterday with my girl, where we just hit I think 480 subscribers on the channel after like our first week of posting stuff. So I'm really excited. I think it's growing at an astronomical rate. In comparison to, if I would just, starting with nothing, with all the people that are coming from TikTok now, I just started promoting it on TikTok today, and everyone's been really receptive to it. So I really think I just want to just focus strictly on being a YouTuber. So I want y'all to tap in with me, you feel me, before it's so crazy that y'all can't get on board. hop on Jah Makes Nerdy's YouTube. You feel me? I'm about to go crazy on exclusive content over there. It's not going to be anywhere else.
Yes, for sure. The YouTube is hard, convincing people to come over to the YouTube is not easy at all. Me, it's a slow growth for me. To be honest with you, I'm not doing the same engine like how you have it, like how you do the 3 videos a day and you really on your grind. That is so beautiful. I'll take a few notes from you, but I got that slow though, because I ain't get that energy. You younger than me for sure. So you have that drive for sure. You have it. And the thing about being in the States is the fact that your ability to be full-time content creators is more easier than the Caribbean, especially the Bahamas, where we don't really think that's a necessary. We're slowly getting up there. It's beautiful, and definitely TikTok is, it's a good, useful tool to gain those followers, But like I said, that's not that easy to convince them to come over, but you have to keep trying and trying. So definitely for sure, I'm gonna subscribe to your YouTube for sure. I hope you subscribe to mine.
I promise you that.
Yes. Okay. I noticed you tag people in your videos. So are these like top people you tag, or these are just people you actually know?
Oh yeah, that's all my mutuals, definitely.
Okay,
Michael Matlock, Art Kage, Diaries of a Holy Night Tiz. Those are all people, I've established relationships with in the community just from the content I put out. I usually only tag them and fans because I have a lot of fans on my Discord, and I talk to them every day. They're like my kids. I love them for real. Because they're all like usually like really young minors. And when I noticed that trend with all the fans that were coming in from TikTok, I was like, okay, I really got to be on some like big brother shit. I can't promote
Right.
I can't talk negative. I gotta watch how I am around them because they looking up. So I wanted to like start including them with stuff. So I started tagging them in some of the posts, and these little kids get so happy, and like it'll like literally make their whole week if you tag them in a post or you like their comment.
That's good. That's
so
good,
I just do it every time.
Yes, that's good. That's good, man. Definitely. And also, if you know anyone for sure who would be down to come on the podcast and share their views on certain things or whatever, that'd be dope too.
Okay, that's a bet.
Let's all like they build a community of people who support each other, and let's not make it a whole chore. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you got something? I'll come on. You know what I mean? It ain't like we Walmart and we have these big corporations who greedy. You come on, you say, okay, how much you pay me? You know what I mean? Let's help out our community, who all trying to rise up. And I watched a different YouTuber who said, we need to create our own table. Instead of trying to get on someone else's table, let's create our own table where we all can eat,
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So
that's
definitely
exactly how I feel.
So, man, this conversation was so dope, man. I really appreciate you coming on. Sky, do you have anything you want to say before I wrap everything up?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like he's a cool dude.
Likewise.
Yeah, you got a lot. You got a lot in your future, and it's nice to see how much you've already gone through. Obviously, some pain had to be there before you grew into it. And happy for you and for your future and expected son. So keep up the good work and all that stuff. And who knows? Talk again soon in the future. Who knows?
Oh,
shoot, who knows? We could all do a live podcast or all of us flipping travel. Who knows? The sky's the limit.
Not me. I
Sky's the
ain't the limit.
I promise you that. Thank you so much for the links to both of these manga chapters. I'm about to send you guys a link to my Discord because I would love to hang out with y'all whenever. And I promise any podcast you want me there for, I'm down. As long as it's in my schedule, I'm there.
Yes, we really appreciate it. So tell everyone again. I knew that a few times, but let everyone, all the listeners, know where they can find you, all your social links.
Yes, okay. So my main social media handle is at Jah Makes Nerdies. That is JAH Makes Nerdies. NERDIES. That's my handle everywhere. I also make music. If you want to tap in with my music, it is the same. Just music. Jah makes music on all streaming platforms, including Spotify and Apple Music. I'm an R&B singer mainly, but I pretty much do everything. Most of my music is pretty much me singing. So if that's your speed, that's me. And I also have my website, jahmakesmusic.com. Thank you.
All right, cool. And guys, I'll put all his links in the description so y'all can click on it along with Sky and Minds. Follow us on the TikTok,
Facts.
Nerding
Follow,
Priest,
y'all.
Nerding Priest, on Instagram, Nerding Priest again, and then YouTube, where it's gonna be hosted on the podcast streaming service. But anyway, guys, I want to thank Jah for coming on Nerding Wednesday. I appreciate this. Not gonna be the first time. Not the first time. It's not gonna be the last time because it's the first time. The last time y'all gonna hear his voice on my podcast. We gotta do something more. Come on, you had this conversation. You see how juicy this sound? This can't be no one-time thing. So definitely we gotta have him on another time. Until next time, guys. Peace.
Peace.